that's beautiful. A view of the stunning and historic City Hall. Welcome, everyone, to our broadcast here in Philadelphia. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. Alongside Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan, the fourth member of our crew. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. And powering into the first week of the new year, here's a brand new look at the power rankings. Taking a look at Atlanta. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And right now for Philadelphia, they have just done a magnificent job of building chemistry. Higher on this list than many people expected. One of the great stories thus far.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Sabonis and Turner up front. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. Then it's Jeremy Lamb. And it's Sumner in at the shooting guard position. And for the 76ers, Harrison and Embiid together in the middle. Simmons is out there with Shake Milton. And it's Korkmaz in at the 3 spot. Greg, if your system overall for these teams, if the schemes don't seem to be working, how much can you really change before you get to the offseason? Or, in particular, before you get to the playoffs?
It's never easy. A system change would come typically with a coaching change. And the reality is you also have to evaluate the roster, and you can't fit that square peg into a round hole. Whatever your system is, it's got to be catered to the personnel you have. You can't go the other way around, and I think that's what separates oftentimes the good coaches from the great ones.
And so it's the 76ers getting on the board first. Brogdon outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And Embiid has got the ball here for Philadelphia. To the inside. Here's Harris. Makes it off the glass.
Look at the unselfishness of Embiid. But I mean, he's solid at realizing when one of his guys is uncovered.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Earlier, I spoke with the Pacers head coach. One thing he's worried about, allowing Joel Embiid to get into a groove from outside. Coach said when Embiid's hitting threes, that opens up their entire offense. Obviously, we have to pack the lane against him, but we also can't give him free looks from deep. It's hard to accomplish both of those things, Kevin. Back to you.
Thanks, David.
A primary responsibility of Brogdon's, when someone is open on his squad, he gets it to him. And one thing I like about Brogdon is his size. A huge 6'10" wingspan for a guard gives him an advantage in matchups, lets him finish over smaller defenders as well. And hitting the mid-range jumper here early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
Well, that's something that they scouted him coming into tonight. They know he can make this shot. That's a poor effort defensively.
Here's Lamb. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket. Shot clock at 6. Sabonis kicks to Turner. Korkmaz grabs the miss. And great with Brogdon and his size, it allows flexibility on defense as well.
Yeah, I mean, it makes switching on the pick and roll easier with him at top. There isn't a lot of flash to how Brogdon plays on the floor, but you can't deny how impactful he is in all facets.
Here's Sumner after Ben Simmons' bucket. Here's Brogdon. Simmons pulls it in. For Philadelphia, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Another shot. Embiid dishes to Harris. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Catch and drain. Harris is a dead-eye shooter. He provides great space.
Brogdon the pass to Sabonis. Brogdon outside. Got a hand on it. Simmons against Lamb. Simmons the bounce pass. Here's Embiid. No good from 11 feet. And so it's Philadelphia with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We'll return shortly. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Yeah, love the ball movement so far. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
McConnell with it. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the 76ers. Green out there with Bobby Portis. Then there's Maxey. Then there's Hill. And it's Embiid in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. The 76ers leading by 4. Embiid inside. A rebound by Bitadze. Here's Indiana now. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
Yeah, they made some spectacular plays in it right to the very end. Just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, and sometimes it just comes down to a couple of critical plays which you need to execute in close, ugly games.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And yes, it's good. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, things not going their way, and he wants to just try to talk this one over.
The defensive intensity has to pick up, and I'm sure coach is going to let them know that.
While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. In third, the Pacers.
I think that's what really distinguishes them offensively. They really like to get out in transition.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Here's Hill. Here's Embiid. It's blocked, and he's able to get it back. And the shot goes down. Now, here's McConnell. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Second shot opportunity. It's deflected.
Gotta have more of this moving forward. Portis has the size needed to turn back shots.
Maxey passes to Hill. Pulls up. High post. Again, missing Hill.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jumper.
Outside Holiday. And Holiday throws it down.
A terrific athlete. I love seeing Holiday go for the powerful finish when he's got the positioning.
And here's Hill, who will bring it up for Philadelphia. Here's Green. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Green's got his first bucket of the night.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
McConnell with it. Hill's there. Pass to Brissett. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Banked in off the glass.
And the playmaking from Hill, he just gives them what they need.
Pacers have gone 5 of 7 from the field here in the second. Holiday up top. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
This is his first free throw of the game. That's good from Holiday.
He's a gifted athlete who plays with the real drive. Holiday wants to keep proving he's worthy of more responsibility.
And Philadelphia will go for a different look here. Harris is checked in for Joel Embiid. Korkmaz comes in for Danny Green. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Maxey. And Simmons subbed in for Hill. He hits both from the stripe. The 76ers have gone just 33% from the field in what's been a cold second quarter for them. Just 3 of 9. Simmons. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
The physicality of Simmons on display. Showing some fight and fearlessness with plays like this.
Brogdon left side. Over Simmons. And that one's good. Brogdon's got his first points of the game.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
It's all tied in Philadelphia. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
And this talented 76ers team, they are loaded in their starting five. Shaq, how long is that window to win it all?
The window is as long as they want it to be, Ernie. Phillies has great stars and role players. It's a well-rounded bunch.
The Sixers probably have a couple of years. Other teams will start to adjust to that, build around it, and then eventually you will lose your core.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Halfway through this one, plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game, great performance by Harris.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. And so in the game for the Pacers. Sabonis and Turner up front. There's Jeremy Lamb. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Sumner in at the shooting guard. You know, Greg, when you were in New York, you were on a super team of sorts. Compare that to the super teams they're forming now in the NBA.
Oh, we've always had super teams. And this misnomer that this is something that's just come about with this era is to me, absurd. You've always had it. Whether the difference nowadays is I think the players have more say in where they go. And they can orchestrate how a team is constructed, but it's always existed. And the reality is this, you become a super team when you win a lot.
Sure.
And that's what really dictates how super your team is.
Now, here's Milton. Following the missed shot by Sabonis.
Oh, what a gorgeous looking jumper from Harris. He has put a ton of work into his shooting in the offseason since he came into the league.
And with a little over a minute gone. The second half is underway. And a wide open look for Lamb from outside off the mark. The 76ers lead it. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have, staying aggressive and playing under control.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. There's the pass to Brogdon. There's the triple. And Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist from Brogdon. Lamb's got 5 now.
The work Lamb has put into this part of his game is evident. Getting better at sniping from deep.
Timeout called, the 76ers. The 76ers with some changes. Bobby Portis is checked in for Embiid. Maxey comes in for Shake Milton. And it's Hill in for Korkmaz. The Pacers also changing it up. Goga Bitadze's checked in for Miles Turner. Doug McDermott comes in for Lamb. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Edmund Sumner.
And this is what you want to see from Simmons. I mean, you want to see him drain the ball in the in-between spots. It only makes him more confident.
Brogdon the pass to Sabonis. Some nice passing here by Indiana. And the Pacers another 3.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
The drive by Hill. And he uses the glass on the layup. Hill's got his first points of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
McConnell kicks to Sabonis. Brogdon looking it over. Back to Sabonis. 6 on the shot clock. Hill against Brogdon.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Here's Simmons. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
I mean, at almost 7 feet tall, Simmons is hard to contain. The defense has to push him farther away.
Up top, McConnell. The third quarter comes to a close. 76ers ahead, up by 4. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
How about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Not that time.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Simmons is out there with Bobby Portis. Then there's Hill. Then there's Maxey. And it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. And McConnell gets it to go.
And we could have been looking at a two-possession game, but that was a huge mistake on the turnover. Now, nerves becoming a factor.
Now here's Simmons. A rebound by Bitadze. Bitadze's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. In the corner, it's Brogdon. Back to McDermott. Brissett passes to Bitadze. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Jesus surprises anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count it.
Outside Portis, outside Hill. The dish to Simmons. 17-foot shot on the way. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. Hill's got 3 assists now in this one. And the Pacers call time here. They're down by 4. 1:50 left in the game. The 76ers with some changes. Embiid, he's checked in for Bobby Portis. Korkmaz comes in for Hill, and it's Jake Milton in for Maxey. Indiana also making some changes. Turner's checked in for Goga Bitadze. Lamb comes in for McDermott, and Edmund Sumner's subbed in for Malcolm Brogdon. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Indiana's head coach was saying to the team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Korkmaz kicks to Simmons. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
Playing to his strengths on the offensive end. Simmons, I mean, an added bonus whenever he catches fire.
2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. Unable to get that one. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Pass to Korkmaz. Embiid inside. Turner covering. And he gets it to go.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
This is no let up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Sumner's shot is off. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
And that one's good. Korkmaz.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great fit.
Now the 76ers with it. They've got an 8-0 run. Milton. Embiid kicks to Simmons. Tries again. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Now, that's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
That's good from Simmons.
What you can appreciate about Simmons is his all-around game. I mean, he can score, he can pass, I mean, he can rebound, and he does it all at an efficient rate.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Alden, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.